Welcome back to my weight loss journey. My name is Allison, and if you're new here, I am on a 100-pound weight loss journey. I didn't weigh in today, but the last time I weighed in, I was 61 pounds down, which is really still so exciting to me. In order to lose 61 pounds, I've been following a really simple low-carb lifestyle. I just focused on eating low net carb foods, so I'm not tracking my carbs. I'm just making sure that the foods that I'm eating are low in net carbs. I get a lot of questions about that because I don't have exact numbers because I'm not tracking at all. So just as an example, for breakfast, I would eat eggs, which are low in carbs. I would have some type of meat, which is a low carb food. And then if I have like a tortilla or a bread, I make sure that it's either 0 net carbs or under 2 grams of net carbs. So leaving that to be low in net carbs. Or if I'm building like a sandwich, again, I have the low net carb bread, and then I have my meats, and then if I have any sauces, I try to keep those low in sugar and low in net carbs as well. I try for any of my condiments to be under 3 grams of net carbs. I'm not perfect at that. Another thing, if I eat like a bar, I want that to be low in net carbs, always under 4 grams is my goal. I'm definitely not perfect at that. As far as fruit goes, I do eat fruit. I eat a lot of berries, which are low in net carbs. That's my main source of fruit. That's just like a little bit of an example of how I think about it. Hopefully that made sense for you. I do get asked a lot for exact numbers, and I just truly don't have any. And this approach has been really good for me. It's been really freeing for my mind. Since going low carb, I truly can listen to my hunger cues. So I eat when I'm hungry and I stop when I'm full, which I couldn't do before going to low carb. I was thinking about food all the time and I couldn't tell when I was full. So that is a really big benefit for me on this journey. So if you have any more questions about my approach, let me know in the comments below because I'm totally willing to share and explain it to you as best as I can. For the most part on my channel, I take you throughout my day. I show you what I'm eating in order to lose the weight. So let's just get into it. Good morning. That's good. I woke up pretty early this morning. Well, I guess it's not that early. It feels early because it's dark outside. I thought it was like 5:30, but it's like 6:30, so really that's normal. But I woke up before my entire family, so that is a win. I love mornings like this where I can just ease into my day, enjoy my coffee, and just sit in peace. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, but first in my coffee I have half and half, and then I finish off the last of the cookie butter from Jordan's Kitty Mixes. I am starting to run low on my flavor, so I'm going to have to order some more. I'm hoping they have some of the seasonal ones out. Maybe I just need to wait until it's officially October. I've had a lot of recommendations for the gingerbread one, and I know it's not out yet, but that sounds so good. If there's any flavors from there that you really love, let me know in the comments below. It just makes coffee fun. I love coffee. I love a fun coffee, and it just brings a little extra excitement to my morning. Breakfast this morning feels fancy, but it was actually really easy. So we had some leftover steak from last night. So I'm just having a steak, egg, and cheese breakfast burrito. I am using the 0 net carb wrap from Aldi, and then I also put some cheese and then some of this fire Taco Bell sauce on top, and it just sounds really good this morning. All right, let's give it a try. This is great this morning. Feels like I'm switching it up even though I'm really not. Great way to start the day. This morning I took my toddler to this open gym play group. He always has the best time, and it's right by the bigger Walmart. So of course I picked up a few things. I needed to get dog food, and I walked out of there with a lot more than just dog food. It happens. The bigger Walmart in my area has so many other low carb things that the Walmart I usually go to doesn't have. So the first thing I got were these real good chicken patties. This is definitely what I'm having for lunch today. It sounds phenomenal. I tried not to go crazy, and I was really trying hard not to browse and buy a bunch of things. So I only went down like the freezer aisle and the bread aisle. So I got these flatbreads. I love these things. I've had them before. They're great for pizza. They're just great for so many things. And then I saw this keto sourdough bread, which this is something I am wanting to really learn how to make. I love sourdough bread. Before I went low carb, I made sourdough bread, and I'm hoping to figure out how to make a really good low carb version. So I'm gonna try this out, and then I also got some classic low carb Hawaiian buns. These are also phenomenal, great for burgers. I'm gonna have this with my chicken sandwich. I also picked up a few spices. I got some ground sage and some marjoram to start making chicken sausage. I thought I had sage on hand, but I didn't. But I was looking up some recipes, and a lot of them use marjoram, if that's even how you say it, and I've never used this before. It smells good though. So anyway, I'm excited to get into that. I'm probably gonna start actually making it next week. I've made a few trial recipes, and I just didn't have enough seasoning to make it taste like sausage, so that's a work in progress. Here is that chicken patty sandwich. This is what that chicken patty kind of looks like. It's pretty thick. And then I just put some pickles, and then I have some of the sugar-free famous clucking sauce from GH Hughes and a low-carb Hawaiian burger bun. So let's try it. This was exactly what I was hoping for. This is so good. This would probably be a little bit more like a McChicken instead of like a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, especially if you add mayo and the lettuce. It would probably be almost identical. So my toddler is officially napping, which is a huge win for me this week. As you know, the nap time has been a struggle, but I just knew that he really needed it today. I could see in his poor little eyes that he was just so tired. But overall, we've had a really great morning. He's been in a really great mood, and we've just had a lot of fun. But I'm really glad that he's getting some rest in, because there's a bunch of different fun fall activities this evening. I'm hoping to go to a trunk or treat. And in order for him to enjoy those things, I knew that he just really needed a nap. So that's a win. On top of that, because he's napping, I get to work out today, and I'm gonna film it for you. So I'm excited about that. This week has not been a great week as far as being consistent with my fitness. Life just happened this week, and that's okay. It's just kind of part of the journey. This is actually probably the first week in my journey where I wasn't able to fit my workouts in. I've only done 2.5 workouts so far, and that's okay. Life happens. It's really not that big of a deal. What's really important when you have off weeks, because we all do, off weeks are going to happen, is that you don't let that one bad week derail you from your goals, because next week is a new week. I'm going to continue to strive to work out 4 days a week. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I'm capable of that. And just because this week was bad doesn't mean that next week has to be bad too. That's just like a really common thing. That's something that I've really struggled with over like the last 10 years, is I would get into a good routine and things would be going great, and then I would have a bad week, and then next thing you know, it's been a month and I haven't worked out. I don't want to do that anymore, and that's just not the way I want to live. I did it. I did it. I did it. After a challenging week, it just feels so good to finish a really good workout. I needed it. I'm gonna go ahead and have my electrolyte. This is the cherry coconut hydration. I just feel so good. It almost tastes like a snow cone. I almost forgot that I needed to get dinner started. For dinner tonight, I am making a pot of chicken soup. And what I do is I take a full frozen chicken, and I put it in a pot with water, and I let it simmer for like 1 to 2 hours. It just gives it the best flavor. So I'm getting that started now. Chicken soup is one of my favorite things. I love to make it because it's so simple, it's so easy, it's so warm and hearty. It's just so good. And it really is unbelievably easy. So like I mentioned earlier, I start with a whole frozen chicken. You can use a fresh chicken too, but I just have frozen on hand. And I put that in a pot with water, and I let that simmer for at least an hour, sometimes 2 hours. It just really depends on what's going on in my day, but at least an hour. And then I take it out, I let it cool, and then I put in celery, carrots, and an onion. Today I put 4 carrots, 4 stalks of celery, and 1 onion, but sometimes I put more. It really just depends on what I have on hand, what I'm in the mood for. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then while that is simmering, I put in some salt and pepper to taste. If you're someone that likes to cook by measuring, I do want to challenge you to try cooking without measuring. It can be a lot of fun. So if you usually measure, what I recommend is just starting off slow, adding a little salt, adding a little pepper, tasting the broth, and just keep adding. You can always add more, but you can't take it away. I really enjoy cooking this way. It's the only way I really cook. I really never measure. And all you need for seasoning for the soup is salt and pepper. Sometimes I add fresh thyme, sometimes I add fresh rosemary, sometimes I add garlic. It really just depends on what I have and what I feel like doing. But for the most part, the base is a frozen chicken, carrots, celery, onion, salt, and pepper. And it's good every single time. Chicken soup is my favorite thing. I just love it. Okay, the soup is done. It's hot. I'm excited. Let's give it a try. It's perfect. This was exactly the meal that I needed. Cheers. So we just got back from taking our toddler to a little trunk or treat, and it was really fun. He is a trash truck driver this year. He is obsessed with the trash truck. He gets so excited every time it passes by our house. He just loves it, and it's just so cute. I just think times like these are just so fun and special. I'm gonna go ahead and end my day of eating with this cottage cheese bowl. So in the bowl, I have a scoop of cottage cheese, some frozen blueberries, a little bit of sugar-free maple syrup, and some Teddy's peanut butter. This was one thing that was really recommended to me, so let's give it a try. This is fantastic. The sugar-free syrup really adds some nice flavor. I just want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to continue to follow my weight loss journey, I would love it if you would subscribe. And I just wanted to quickly say thank you to everyone who is continuously supporting my journey, leaving really kind comments that are just so encouraging. They just really inspire me. So thank you so much. Seriously, thank you. I just appreciate it more than words can express. So thanks again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.